Welcome back. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is getting set to address the United Nations tomorrow in New York. It comes as the war between Israel and Gaza rages on, costing untold damage and lives, and coming up on the second anniversary of the October 7th attacks that killed nearly 1,200 and saw the militant group Hamas take hundreds more hostage. And here in Chicago, the Israeli government has named a new representative to the Midwest. He is Elad Strohmayer, who is the official Consul General to the Midwest. And we welcome you, Consul General. You've been here on the post about a month. You are the official Israeli government representative to Chicago in the Midwest. Tell us how you view that role here.
Thank you so much for having me. First and foremost, I love Chicago. Such a great city and welcoming community. And the most important thing in my role, in my view, is to build bridges with all aspects of the community in the city and in the Midwest. So I hope to connect with the community here, the Jewish community, the non-Jewish community, and help really build better understanding between Israel and the Chicagoan community.
And there is a robust community here, as we know, and there has been a lot of tension here with protests, as there has been across the country and world. And we should talk about some of these current events because your prime minister is going to be in New York to address the UN tomorrow. What do you anticipate he'll say amid President Trump saying today perhaps there still is room for a ceasefire deal?
You know, we need to remember, you just said that we're about to commemorate the second year anniversary for October 7th. It's a horrific date in the Israeli calendar, in Jewish calendar, the worst slaughter of Jews since the Holocaust. 1,200 Israelis were killed that day. More than 250 were taken hostage by Hamas into Gaza. 48 hostages still remain in Gaza as we speak. Israel didn't start this war. Israel doesn't want this war. What the Prime Minister is going to say in the UN tomorrow is that exactly that. We don't want this war. We didn't start this war. Everything can end right now if Hamas lays down its arms and release all the hostages. And this is what we're demanding. And I think the Prime Minister is also going to remind people of what happened almost 2 years ago, how we've been infiltrated and been slaughtered. People were slaughtered in their own beds, in their own homes. And 2 years, you talked about the protests, it seems like people forgot that, and the Prime Minister is going to remind them that.
And this comes as we've heard reports that Israel has undergone a ground incursion in Gaza City. Is it the Israeli government's intention to occupy the Gaza Strip, or if the hostages are released, that they would pull out?
We don't have any intention to control Gaza or to occupy Gaza. We want the Palestinians in Gaza to control their own life. We just want to make sure that Hamas or any other militant group in Gaza cannot threaten Israel. So right now, the military incursion is with the purpose of releasing the hostages and also bring back security to Israeli civilians living in the proximity of Gaza and all over. And then, if needed, we will keep a perimeter of security in order to protect our communities close to the border. But we don't have any intention to control Gaza. We don't control Gaza since 2005 when we disengaged from Gaza. So that's not our intention here.
And, you know, there were reports today that the Prime Minister's plane had avoided European airspace to come to the United States because perhaps amid fears that he might be liable for ICC violations. The UN Commission has categorized the Israeli war and the role in this war as genocide. How do you react to some of this heated rhetoric that's coming all across the world to the Israeli government's role here?
You know, it's really upsetting that people call it a genocidal war. The genocide was intended by Hamas. Hamas said that they want to kill all the Jews. By the way, they say kill all the Jews. They don't say kill just Israelis. They're the one that wanted to perpetrate genocide on October 7th. They're actually saying that if they have the opportunity, they'll do it all over again. We're just protecting our people. We're protecting our civilians. No other country engaged in war allows humanitarian aid to go into the war zone. No other country is letting civilians in Gaza know that there is going to be an attack where they live, and we ask them to leave. By the way, the ones that prevents them to leave is Hamas. So Hamas wants to see the horrible sights. And by the way, I will acknowledge there are horrible views coming out of Gaza. War is horrible, and we want this war to end as well. And I'm not oblivious to the suffering of the Palestinian people in Gaza, but that's because of Hamas that is preventing them of leaving, preventing humanitarian aid get to them. He's looting the humanitarian aid that we're all letting in, and this is why we see what's happening. So these accusations against Israel are upsetting, and I'm choosing my words very diplomatically right now.
Of course, you are a diplomat. What is the role of the United States here to broker a ceasefire or a peace agreement? What would you like President Trump and the United States Congress to do?
I think first and foremost is the demand from Hamas to lay down its arms and to release all the hostages. And I think this is what President Trump and the administration has said. Many members of Congress, overwhelming support in Congress, bipartisan support from Democrats and Republicans, call for the release of hostages and for Hamas to dismantle, to stop have the ability to threaten Israel. And I think there is a broad consensus and agreement on that from Democrats and Republicans in Congress and also from the U.S. administration.
All right, Israeli Consul General Elad Strohmayer, brand new here in Chicago, welcome, and we look forward to many future discussions.
I thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to interact with people here. And I just want to say that the item you're going to have further down the shore, the Chicago Furniture Bank, this is exactly the beautiful things that are happening in the city that we hope that we can interact with and build bridges between communities.
No doubt. There's no shortage of great people doing great things and great organizations. All right. Thanks very much. We appreciate it. All right. And we will be back right after this.